coming home, I'm coming home. Tell the world I'm coming.
Hey guys, Galaxy today with another Destiny 2 video, and I pretty much wanted to quickly talk about it's exotic armor, a bit of about Ophidian aspects in a way, and how it compares to proper neutral class kind of exotics. So things like Doom Marches, Transversive Steps, Stompies, things that actually don't require a proper lock for a on subclass, or requires some ability use to be to be useful, like sealed on Kankaras, or like Capri's Sting, etc. So, and also partly things like Arbalest in PvP and Lawrence Driver. Don't mind me dying, I am not really focusing too much on the game. So pretty much I'll start off with Ophidian aspect and other stuff like that. So the actual armor. So Ophidian aspect is generally, good for warlocks. Gives some handling, gives some better ADS in general, and also gives airborne effectiveness. And as any kind of hunter main would probably know, Stompies got nerfed when airborne effectiveness got released because of the overwhelming usage rates of it in PvP. So pretty much you're completely useless in the air, even more than what you would normally be, which is kind of bad to begin with. And pretty much that Doom Marches, and realistically Transversives also, to a certain degree, both of those aren't as bad in my opinion as Ophidian aspects in terms of just free stats for literally just equipping into it, and that's it. So to make it more balanced, in my opinion, obviously Bungie could change it in a different way, but warlocks have a lot of ways to already build into airborne effectiveness compared to the other two classes, Titans and Hunters, with stuff like heat rises and just general uses of their subclasses by comparison. So I'm suggesting just to remove the airborne effectiveness stat that Ophidian aspect gives, and also make the airborne effectiveness more easily able to be built into if Bungie wants to actually keep the airborne effectiveness system in the game. Pretty much the entire community wants to get rid of it, including myself. It's just an arbitrary stat to appeal to more casual players. Yeah, and with a bit of time investment, that you can get more accurate. That's literally just fairly simple. Like, the more you play, the more accurate your aim will become. Simple as that. So like, yes, there should have been something possibly done to the zombies to lower the usage rate, but to be fair, for neutral game play for hunters, there's thoroughly Stompies, Frosties, which is what I'm wearing right now for PvE, and pretty much possibly Gemini Jesters if you want to class any ability use as, or Capri Sting if you want to class those as neutral game exotics. So it's just like there's not many options or comparable options for Stompies for PvP for apart from very niche uses, and for Doom Archers and for Doom Archers and Transversers, I said that they aren't as bad as Athenian aspect. It's just that they give more. My problem with them is that they give more buffs to the player with the same amount of requirements as, say, Stompies, but now Stompies are effectively got nerfed, not only because of the airborne effectiveness kind of like stuff being introduced to begin with, like every class got kind of quote unquote nerfed in that kind of sense, but it's just that they give the same benefit, yet Stompies are the one that's nerfed. That's the confusing / annoying part of it. And I play Titan and Hunter primarily, and for literally the same, doing the exact same thing across the across Titan and Hunter. Being on Titan, I just get more benefits for literally the same thing. We're doing the exact same thing, which is really odd. And my suggestion, if they do want to do it, is like, yes, Doom Archers can still use the lightning and all that, but just make it less, deal like either less damage or have a smaller radius for the lightning to deal damage to. That's it. And for Transversives, as Warlock players may or may not know, they, as you sprint, the for like, I think it's like 3 or 4 seconds, your entire mag of your held weapon is refunded. Like, no, I shouldn't say refunded, but like in the mag being like reloaded for literally sprinting. And my suggestion for that is pretty much either make the activation for it longer, so say make it 6 seconds instead of 4 seconds or something like that, make it just a little bit longer, or make it a partial reload instead of a like say half the mag instead of a full mag, and then a couple seconds later he gets the rest of it, for example, assuming that it's still not in combat and etc, etc. So it just makes it more equal across the playing field instead of just like not in the way that probably like across exotics. And there is definitely some older exotics that need to probably be looked at, like Foe Tracer and stuff like that. I didn't really get any kind of new use cases for with the 3.0 subclasses. So those exotics should probably be looked at and like reworked to keep the same main trait about them, but like buff them / rework them in a way that makes more sense with the new stuff that's been added to the game. So that, and with Obelisk and Lawrence Driver, as most of the community knows at the time of recording, which is October 30th, there's the trials and or just general PvP. It's just infested with linears, like heavy linears plus Lawrence and Obelisk, because of the crazy amounts of aim assist and all this other kind of stuff. You can check out TH3 Jazz's video of playing with I believe Lawrence. It's like fighting flinch and all this other kind of stuff, and it's really easy to use. So in my opinion, for it, either outright take the special linears out of PvP, like you can't equip them in PvP, or change them to heavy weapons and reduce aim assist. Like reduce aim assist regardless for PvP and for any linear fusion rifle, because it's kind of ridiculous for what it is. Because most linears, as long as you're even aiming on the character model, you're probably gonna end up hitting a headshot because of flinch or something else like that. So that's just my opinion. So if you have anything that you want to add / the changes that you would prefer to happen to like neutral game exotics, and pretty much linear fusion rifles in PvP. Just talking about PvP, because I've refused to play PvP pretty much this entire season because of the like no changes to linears and all this other kind of stuff. So I've pretty much just stopped playing PvP, and I usually end up playing PvP like for at least a few hours a week, like 5 hours a week or something. But I haven't played a single, literally apart from like a couple games, and then literally my entire lobbies were like practically filled with, like half the game was filled with linears. Half the players were using linears, Obelisk or Lawrence, and it's getting like out of hand. And also about people complaining about hunters, like the hunter usage rates. Listen, it's it's not the result of people choosing to play hunters more than warlocks or vice versa or any other class. It's literally the current sandbox mixing with what exotics are currently available, leading to even higher rates of hunter usage because of invis. It's much easier to be invisible, to be able to proc invis on hunters, leading to an overwhelming majority of hunters. Not because people don't want to play warlocks, it's just because of the overwhelming amount of stuff that they can do with linears plus going invis to be able to do it, because no changes have really happened to linears, and that's why hunter usage has gone up. So if you comment down below what you would want Bungie to do to those things that I've mentioned, linear fusion rifles in PvP and effectively neutral game / passive exotics. So if you comment your suggestions that you want Bungie to do, because if this video gets pushed out to more and more people, eventually Bungie devs will probably, at least one will possibly be able to look at it and see the suggestions. So if you guys want more videos like this revolving around Destiny, Minecraft, and or New World, damn loading screen, and or New World, because I'm going to be starting up playing New World, making New World content again soon, relating to the Brimstone Sands expansion that just happened for New World. So yeah, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.